Alright, this was a deck that we were liking and I think trophied with pre-ban, if I remember correctly. And then Expressive Iteration got banned. Obviously, pretty big nerf to the archetype, but I really like the combination of playing Delver, Shredder, Sprite Dragon alongside Lofty Denial. And actually getting to play a pretty powerful counterspell, Lofty Denial, counter unless you pay 4, if you have a flying creature or just a Sensor. I thought it was pretty good. I ended up cutting the iterations for, I think, 8th 1-mana removal spell, 2 Strategic Planning to help fuel Delve, and then 1 Is a Charm. We're going to rug Delver listed Modern. The problem with Delver in Modern is that it's a worse 1-mana threat than Ragavan and Dragon Rage's Channeler, so there's not much reason to play it. I think I'm going to mulligan this to the play, despite having the opt. Get this in the stream decker. Okay, looks like we're playing against mono green round 1. Which Sprite Dragon has definitely felt like a super impressive card in that matchup. And I think that I like the idea of holding the Spell Pierce for a Planeswalker when I have Sprite Dragon in my hand on the play. It could be maybe better just Spell Pierce the Oath of Nissa though. But I think I like the idea of holding the Pierce. Pretty sure Delver is worse than Monastery Swiftspear. Well, Delver is a 1-mana threat that plays well with counter spells, which Swiftspear doesn't. So, you know, this is a conversation we had to have a lot back when Prowess was like a tier 1 deck in Modern. But there are 2 types of like threats in these blue-red decks. There are decks that play well with like proactive burn spells and sorcery speed threats like Swiftspear, because you're wanting to cast your spells on your turn. And then there are threats that play better with counterspell. Delver of Secrets, Dragon Rage's Channel, or Ragavan are examples of cards that play better with counterspells. Okay, so I think we have to graveyard the cruise. We're a bit too far away from it. And then can we play a door at the perfect path? I think we can. If they play Karn, then we should be able to strangle pretty effectively here. No cruise in the deck. We have 4 cruises in the deck. So we could double removal spell this, mostly for counters. Yeah, just doing this to like put 4 more power into play, then we get to hold up the Spell Pierce and be very good at racing here. Does ramp my opponent a little bit, awkward with the Spell Pierce, but we're attacking now for 6 in the air, putting my opponent down to 10. And so if I can just cast Strangle, Spell Pierce, and not have any like Cavalier get cast this turn, we should be good. Hopefully we just get to like Spell Pierce, Storm, yeah. Uh-oh. Alright, Spell Pierce, unlikely to actually get to counter something now. Yeah, maybe we should also be playing Disdainful Stroke here over the negates. Yeah, could maybe counter something off Karn. I mean, I will cast the Spell Pierce on the first target I get, or I guess I didn't on the first one. I'll counter here. I just want to get the counters on the Sprite Dragons so that I can present lethal. Although I guess I could Strangle plus Spell Pierce my own thing. Yeah, I'm getting actually. I could probably say I have 2 preview cards for Double Masters. I don't know if they're giving everybody 2 because it's double Masters, double preview cards. But I do have 2. All right, Spell Pierce resolved. The Gust seems better than Stroke because you can Gust to reach dude and attack them. That's a good point, yeah. Maybe we play Stroke over Negate, though. Okay, they do have a Cavalier, but they don't have a Storm the Festival in the yard. They just have Old Growth Troll. And if they chump block here... Oh, well. Wow, what a crazy top deck. Second Strangle. Yeah, I don't... Double Master previews, I think, are next week. I can't remember which day. I got 5 preview cards? Wow, not even a multiple of 2. What is Wizards thinking? Okay. I think I'm interested in going down to like 2 Lofty Denial, cut the Is It Charm on the draw, probably cut Strategic Planning on the draw. And I'm interested, I think, in both negates. And I can have 2-minute counter effects, 2 denial, 2 negate, 4 gust. I think I cut the 4th fiery impulse. It's either that or it's like 2nd spell pierce, but it seems fine. Yeah, I was honestly like, I kind of would have preferred maybe to never get a preview card. Because like the meme of me just never getting one was really good. I really actually liked it started. I enjoyed just getting to just see how long it would be until they finally gave me one. like when I didn't get a preview card for MH2, like I genuinely thought I would never get one. Maybe I should have led on Riverglide Pathway so I could have like opted upkeep if I didn't like my card and maybe find red removal for Alf. Well, I guess I could just opt upkeep, play this as a red source. Deny preview cards to keep up the bit. Yeah, but yeah. Could have. Can I say the rarity of the card? Yeah, well I can give you hints. It's either going to be a common, uncommon, rare, mythic rare, or special rarity. It's one of those. Okay, flip via Fiery Impulse. They have 75, so I think it's still correct to kill Elf. Although I would love to play a Sprite Dragon this turn. No, special rarity already exists. Those are like Masterworks or Inventions, whatever. We keep land. I think we have to get the dragons going. What's nice about Sprite Dragon is if they don't have Cavalier, like their Planeswalker is going to be pretty underwhelming. And if they have Cavalier, we get to play a longer game. And I guess keeping Gust is a good way to be to resolve Cavalier maybe, or A-Way perhaps. Nykthos, 4 mana. If they don't have Cavalier here, they're pretty toast, but they probably have it. Yeah. So they milled over a Storm the Festival. Tap land, So if I go Sprite Dragon, I can go Sprite Dragon plus Gust. Yeah, thanks, got to. Yeah, I thought that was a good picture too. Yeah, I was at a wedding yesterday, reminiscing with some old grinder friends, talking about how excited we are to play some paper tournaments again. And we dug up this photo of me at my first Pro Tour invite, going to PT Nashville, which was I believe it was Hour of Devastation. Yeah, it was Hour of Devastation. I was so young, so skinny. Currently less young and less skinny. Wait, was there a grinder ad? No way. No way. And they don't even sponsor me either. Those bastards. So if I gust the Cavalier, I don't think they can flashback Storm. 3, or this is mana neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about my Grinder buddies. I see. Yeah, Grinder is like a really good app to like hang out and make friends on, I think. Yeah, it's like there's like a lot of dudes in the area who are just like down to hang out. It's a really good app to go on and make friends. Very friendly people there. It's also good to have a gay sex. Both things. I also so Esther, like back when she was about to graduate with her undergrad, she she just couldn't stop wanting to play Animal Crossing. Like she was just dying to play it. We didn't have a Switch, and I was looking for a Switch on. Okay, this could be the Mono Green League, I guess, but we did just beat it. So I was looking for a Switch for a long time. This was back when they were like really, really hard to find. I could probably keep a Spell Pierce. They revealed Lair of the Hydra. And I was able to eventually find one thanks to my friend Peter. I don't know if Peter's in the chat today. We watch it sometimes. And Esther did play Animal Crossing like nonstop for months. It was awesome. She really had a good time. Okay, we'll play Sprite Dragon into Fire Impulse. But then she gave the Switch to her brother. So every console I guess she bought the GameCube for herself, but all of Esther's consoles eventually get given to her brother for for free, no matter what. But I bought her brother Dark Souls on the Switch. I'm hoping he plays that. So I like my Sideboard plan last time. Use it every day. Yeah, I'm glad that he has it. It's fine. But I kind of wish we had the GameCube back, to be honest. Wait, what's my sideboard plan? I cut the strategic plannings, 2 Lofty Denial, and then I got the 4th Impulse. You bought him Dark Souls? I thought I bought it for him. Okay, well, Esther bought it for him. Esther is a good sister. Kind of the best sister ever. I don't know. My sisters never gave me GameCube and a Switch and Dark Souls. Probably keep this on the draw. Obviously need to find a land. We have a Delver, cantrip though. Delver's good in the matchup, I think. Yeah, that's true. I guess I never gave my sisters those either. Yeah, I think I'm probably mulligan on the play, keep on the draw. How old is he? He's I think he's at 29? 28 maybe. He's around our age. Second Delver. I think I want to keep second Delver. Get a bit more pressure here. Yeah, it wasn't a grinder out in the Twitter clip. It was I was talking about my friends, my grinder friends, my tournament grinder friends. But Shao was making a joke. He's 29. Is Phoenix still playable? Yeah, I think Phoenix is pretty good. One of these days, I'll scroll on Twitter and see and get banned on Twitch for scrolling to something. But that day is not today. Alright, just a Spirebluff Canal on top. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have a Nykthos. Or Karn, I guess. They have Nykthos, maybe they have Nykthos and Karn. So if they don't have another land and we flip Delver, we can Lofty Denial the Cavalier. Is an Otherworldly Gaze better for Delver? The problem with Otherworldly Gaze is I think that card sucks. It is kind of cool with Delver. It's okay with Treasure Cruise, but I think it's just better to not play that card. Have faith in your Delvers, huh? They'll flip. Wait, they put Cavalier on the bottom? That's kind of shocking. Five mana. Well, really lucky they didn't have a land. Lofty Denial is counter unless you pay 4. Slightly better mana leak. Yeah, I wasn't sure about these arts. I decided to play with them today and get a feel for them. I feel like I really like the arts, but I'm not a big fan of like how the black and white. But I do like the more buggy Delver. Okay, so second Nykthos. Okay, well I guess if you're gonna put back a Cavalier, it would make sense if you just have 2 more in your hand. So if we draw land, we can cruise. If we draw Consider, we can cruise. Still has outs to those. Gust, okay. Do I main phase the Gust? I think I draw step. Draw step denies them the Nykthos and then slows them down a little bit. I'm still going to get to attack with the Delvers for the same amount in theory. But without them getting to like resolve the Cavalier as quickly. And then maybe I can find like another Aether Gust too. How much burn in the deck? 0 burn, unfortunately. If they drew a Storm of the Festival, can I pierce that? I think I'm 1 short. They drew Elvish Mystic for turn though. But they can also layer the Hydra here for a bunch. After watching Energy Pioneer, I could agree with that, what you said about Dig and Cruise being too good over E. Yeah, I agree. It's just like, I feel like, I mean, obviously like this game, Iteration would have been better than Cruise, so it does have its moments, but I will say, like, I just kept casting Cruise so far post Iteration ban, and it just like, for the most part, I'm kind of shocked that this was the card that went instead of, or Iteration was the card that went instead of Cruise. And like, you know, they mentioned it in their ban announcement, but it really did seem like they wanted to leave Cruise legal for like format identity reasons rather than power level reasons, which I usually am not a fan of. I usually would just rather ban the more powerful card. So I think I just need to play the Shredder, and then unfortunately have to either double block here or chump block. Probably have to go to game 3. Would Lightning Beat be okay to print a Pioneer or to warp the format too drastically? I think that would be a little bit too good. I mean, you know, one cool thing about, you know, Lightning Bolt 2 is there is a lot of, I think, room between Fire Impulse and Strangle and Lightning Bolt. Okay, happy that they're playing Cavalier. Well, I guess if they hit a land, which they're very likely to, they can still activate the lair for a bunch. But one thing about Lightning, like, I think Burst Lightning would be my pick for new red removal into Pioneer. Yeah, just go to game 3. Instant Speed Strangle. Yeah, you could have like something like Instant Speed Strangle as well, but I think Burst Lightning is the card I'd like to see. Wait, Helix? I think Helix would be fine. Bolt to permanent, shock to players. Yeah, you could do that. I think that's fine. But I agree. I think something a little... I think that one issue that Pioneer has is a general lack of like super efficient interaction. And because of that, we do have a format that is like dominated by linear decks. And I'm not saying that I want Lightning Bolt and Prismatic Ending and Solitude and Fury, but I do think that there are plenty of cards that are powerful interactive spells that exist in other formats that aren't here, like Electrolyze, Burst Lightning, maybe Inquisition, maybe not Inquisition. I really like there's that one spell. There's that one spell that's somewhat recent. It's counter unless your opponent plays 2, and then you can replicate for 1. I think that card would be pretty nice too. I think I'm going to put back Second Gust, which kind of feels crazy, but I do want to be able to go, like, consider Counterspell next turn and trigger the Shredder. Lose Focus. Yeah, that's kind of my pick for, like there's, like, very few main deckable Counterspells in the format. Like, Lofty Denial is one. Lofty Denial is pretty cool, but I would be in favor of, like, you know, a main deckable Counterspell. I think I'm going to hold this to loot away, maybe. Okay. So no 5-drops in their hand, it looks like. Can still Gust to loot if I want to. Although here, yeah, just the Cure is not that good, and I can just go Cure, or Sprite Dragon hold up these 2-mana Time Walks. Kill this next turn with the attack. In which meta does Modern Just Got Demon Lich shine? It's very good against Ragavan decks, Shadow, and Murktide. It's very good against Hammer Time. It's very good against Blue-White control, I found. Especially this current iteration of Blue-White. It's okay against 4-color, but it's not great against 4-color either. And then it is very bad against linear combo decks, big mana decks, and most Cascade decks too. I think I'll Aether Gust this to try to play around Karn a little bit more. Yeah, I did buy them 2 attack steps, but that's fine. Yeah, I think Mana Leak's a bit too good, but yeah, Lose Focus I think is the card. Yeah, that card was from MH2 and like obviously like really overshined by Counterspell, but I think would have been a really good pick for Pioneer. Any thoughts? Final thoughts on Gold Delirium? I like the deck. We had a pretty good record with it. I think I have them dead next turn. Yeah, Rune Snags may be a good option. Spell Snares may be a good option. Cool. Dude, okay. 2-0 against Mono Green. Impossible, huh? This deck's pretty sweet. Keep this. When do you think decks need to start incorporating Field of Ruin with the Rise of Mono Green? Field of Ruin's not that good against Mono Green. Like the reality is those kind of cards against Nykthos are not that good because they get to activate Nykthos before you can respond, and then they've already activated it, so they're way ahead on board, way ahead on mana. And then you have to spend like 2 or 3 mana activating Field of Ruin, depending on if you have a 1 mana spell to play off the basic land you get, to slow them down a little bit. And then it's like not that hard for them to find a second Nykthos with Cavalier or just have one in hand. How did Time Sea feel in paper? Forgive me if that's a lot. I think the deck was not very hard to play in paper. It was maybe like above average, but it was like pretty simple to just put like different tokens in play and put dice on top of them. I played against a lot of weird decks and lost to some efficient hate cards against the food deck, but overall I would play it again. I still have it sleeved up, I think. It's another deck tech from Frost. Post link in chat, I can take a look. So I do think you've met your mountain requirement for Chain to the Rocks, although maybe I would play 4th mountain over 3rd plains. And so I'm not sure how good at the Drannith Magistrate Urbrask lock combo is. It's maybe good. That being said, I feel like I'd be interested in like 4th Thalia over 4th Urbrask because this card's 5 mana. And then is Collective Defiance a combo with Spirit of the Labyrinth? Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the direction I want to go. It's interesting though. Magistrate also good with Spellbinder. Kind of I like that too. Oh, whoops. Don't want to put that Steam Vince back. Yeah, I feel like I just want to play like Brutal Cathar over the Collective Defiances and like maybe Sideboard Spirit, or maybe not play them at all. And maybe play like Tomic. Tomic is kind of good. It's okay against Mono Green because it stops Wolfwillow Haven and Kiora Minus, and good against Lotus Field, and like flying creatures are nice in this format too. That may be my pick is Tomic. Like 2 Tomics. Like -4 Brutality, -4 Spirit, +1 Thalia, maybe -1 Urbrask, or maybe not. And then plus like 2 Tomic and 4 Brutal Cathar. With Gaia Reach? Yeah, it's just so fragile though. Like the problem with like this is this card is at its best against the blue decks, right? But the blue decks mostly just have a ton of like cheap red removal, so it's pretty easy for them to play around, I think. Especially without you being able to like vial it in. At least this is like the inclination I would go. Like if you think Spirit of the Labyrinth is cracked, then you could be right, and I encourage you to figure out if you're right. Good draw, good draw. Yeah, I want to keep the second Cruise, not like lose to Thoughtseize here. Also, like, you know, best card probably against red black. I like the Fiendslayer Paladins. I like Redain. You could even main deck 1 Redain, by the way. I think that would be fine. I don't know what Tibble's Trickery is supposed to be against. I'm also not sure that you want Wear Tear necessarily. I feel like there are like not that many artifact and enchantment decks in the format. All right, bad ordering for them. Just gonna keep the cruise here though, and then yeah, why not this turn I just go 4 mana cruise. Then we can reevaluate for next turn. Always hard to comment too much on the sideboards, but that's the direction I would go. I do think that there is room for like a good Thalia deck, by the way, and so I like to see people messing around with it. The Impossibility Storm is better or worse than the Urbrask. Urbrask being a creature that pressures your opponent, I think, is better in that deck specifically, but you could play both. Okay, well, consider. I suppose we keep strategic planning. And consider Strangle. So you get to put 2 more cards in the graveyard for Kroxa. Should still be 1 short unless they have like Fabled Passage or land 1-drop. It's going to bring the standing desk down. Where does Lofty Denial sit on the Mana Leak scale? Well, it won us a game that Mana Leak would have lost earlier, but it is a bit worse overall. They discard Dreadbore and Graveyard Trespasser. Trespasser is pretty good. I'm kind of surprised there. Hit me for 2 with Chandra. Okay, some good draws here. Consider is a bit slow. I will accept an Ancestral Recall, though. Yeah, definitely want to exile over creatures against the Graveyard Trespasser deck. So am I going to double Lofty Denial Kroxa? I guess I might. Do I think Mana Leak would be good for Pioneer? We were just talking about this, but I think my pick for like Mana Leak adjacent card that I would like to see in Pioneer is Lose Focus, which is 2 mana counter target spell unless they pay 2, and then you can replicate that for 1 mana. So if they have more mana, you have to spend more mana to counter it, but it's kind of like a much better syncopate. When it reveals Graveyard Trespasser here, might lose despite casting 2 cruises. Okay, take that. Maybe Logic not to have more Delve Tension. Maybe, yeah. Seems a bit too strong for Standard. Maybe, yeah. You know, I'm in favor of not necessarily a Pioneer Horizons, but either like a Pioneer Masters set that has reprints that get added to Pioneer instead of specific design for Pioneer cards. Reprints of like cards previously legal in Standard, good fit for Pioneer, a bit too strong for Standard is kind of like the power level I'd like to go with. And I have like a lot of cards on. I think I might just concede here, but yeah, I have a lot of cards like on this list, like Huntmaster of the Fells, Lingering Souls, Electrolyze, Lose Focus, Winds of Abandon is a card I've always wanted to see in Pioneer. I might bring in the Hearses. Also play like 2 Gusts. And then like Denial is actually kind of hard to turn on because they have so much removal, so maybe we just cut those. Could play a 1 Negate over the Is It Charm. Kind of like a Negate. Could play Third Gust. Yeah, Geist might be fine. I like Flinthoof Boar as a pick. Forcing cards no longer good enough for Modern into Pioneer doesn't sound great to me. Well, that's fine. I obviously like a lot of those cards are like that, but you know, I think the goal would be cards that more so have a Standard feel rather than like out of date Modern cards. You know, I think that like Lingering Souls, Huntmaster of the Fells, maybe not Electrolyze, but I think that a lot of these cards would feel more like old standard cards than they would out of date modern cards. And like basically, you know what I mean. What, Aether Vial too strong? I think Aether Vial is like super efficient mana generator, which is like a bit out of Pioneer's format identity in my opinion. Maybe I say that in the format with Nykthos and Lotus Field, but at least my I don't like I kind of always think of Aether Vial kind of as like fast mana in some ways where it, you know, by turn 5 it can generate like as much or more mana than Soaring could have theoretically. I should also say I think Lingering Souls, Hot Master of the Fells, like these kind of cards would not be format warping, and they maybe not even would be that good. Oh, I was probably supposed to trim some of the removal spells actually. Oh, sorry, I also should play the Delver. Sorry, I was busy telling my opponent I was streaming. Well, to the 9 months, appreciate ya. Took the impulse. People in Modern always complain about 4-color decks, but no one complains about it in Pioneer, even though it's basically the same deck. I wish people would start complaining. Pioneer is here to stay. Yeah, I think Pioneer is here to stay too. I mean, here's the thing: like everybody just has different opinions on what Pioneer should be. This is becoming more apparent every single day. It is what it is. Everybody's got a different idea of what it should be, and that's fine. It's okay that everybody has a different hopes and dreams for Pioneer. I think it's impossible to make everybody happy. Flipmo, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you. I will also say that like as far as like the 4-color Omnath deck in Pioneer, like Pioneer is like dominated by linear decks, and Modern isn't. Modern is like more so dominated by the non-linear decks, which Omnath is good against. Thank you, Dingo, for the raid. Welcome to all the Dingoers out there. I don't know. I think that maybe it's a bit early, I think, to be talking about other changes for Pioneer 2. That's not what I want this conversation to turn into. Let's let the metagame settle and like reevaluate, and you know, we can form opinions on if things should change or shouldn't change. You know, it's tough though. It's tough. Aggie, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you. They knew about the spell pierce, so like casting the stomp here doesn't make any sense because this just results in them taking 1 more damage. They should have done it end of turn. Soren the Mirthless. Make Vampire. So I think I'm just sending this at the Soren. I think it's okay if they chump block and I get to keep my Delver, and I'm also okay if they lose the Soren. I don't really want to trade Delver for the Vampire when I've got a lot of removal in the deck. How much would it cost to play a match against me on MTGO? It would cost you the RNG of playing against me on in the queues. It would actually probably cost you like 20 minutes of your time just trying to queue snipe me. Not that I encourage doing that, but I also don't like to play the alright Spike, what's your price game? What's your price, maybe? Tell me how much it would cost. I guess I keep that because they've got the Croxa, huh? Can just go discard Island. And then Hearse plus hold up Gust this turn, Cruise next turn. We could also Hearse plus Cruise, but I think holding up the Gust is fine. I could maybe Gust the... I could maybe Gust the Fable and just encourage them to draw that this turn. I think that's actually I think I like that a lot, because if they just draw Fable for this turn, I think they're really behind. And then I don't think their last card's Kroxa. If I play the Steam Vents and their last card is Kroxa, it's just a disaster though. They put the Fable on top, so I'll hold the Steam Vents in hand. They could top deck a Kroxa. Alright, they concede. Go to game 3. What's my favorite deck to play in Pioneer? So we were playing this deck on Thursday. This blue-red Abdominal Gearhulk combo control deck. I thought it was pretty good. And then I think I want to play more disdainful strokes in the sideboard of that deck too. Okay, so I think I'm going to go -2 Fiery Impulse. And then on the draw, maybe play 1 Lofty Denial, 1 Negate, or 2 Negates. This counters their Graveyard Trespassers on the draw, which are kind of hard to answer. So maybe I'll just play 2 Lofty Denials. Red deck's still insane in Pioneer. So that's kind of something that was weird, right? Where, like, the mono red deck was good against Winota. I also thought it was fine against mono green. And then it was, like, really popular right before the bans. And I feel like I've barely seen it at all post-ban. I've seen it a little bit. Crave to see the Orzhov mid-range list. It needs more time. It needs more time. Putting also a mold to 6 here on the play. Okay, when you're putting moles on the play and they double discards value, it's usually pretty good for you. They took second Strangle. Really surprised about that. Okay, as a general rule of thumb, if I would put a land in the graveyard, I cast the Consider, and if I wouldn't, I cast the Opt. Against an opponent who's kept a 1-lander here, I'm definitely just going to keep the Lofty Denial. And I guess I should, against a mana-screwed opponent, be more aggressive. Knight with a 2-pack. If you post a good check and post, I can take a look. Creativity deck was good. We trophied with it. I liked it. Probably gets pushed though. Okay, first. I think I'm just gonna pass. Oh, I didn't know the video was already on YouTube too. Found their second land. Definitely gonna bottom a second Strangle, despite my opponent taking one with a discard spell. And then with my opponent finding the land drop, I think it makes sense to just play the Canal tapped, and the next turn I can Shredder with some mana up. Although maybe if they play like the 3/2, I'll go Shredder plus Strangle. Although I guess the blood token would let them maybe loot into a land that they're otherwise missing. I feel like Charter Course in the deck. So yeah, obviously this deck has some flex spots with the Expressive Iteration ban. I do feel like that is one of the cards to consider is Charter Course. Right now I'm playing two strategic plannings, 1 Izzet Charm. I also kind of view the 8th 1-mana removal spell to be somewhat of a flex spot. I think you could play a 3rd Spell Pierce too. I think 3rd Spell Pierce could maybe be good. You have a lot of options. So they hit runner lands. They don't have a Fatal Push in their hand, most likely though. 4 cards now. Maybe playing around Spell Pierce. Now if they cast second spell, I get to connive the Pierce away probably. 3 lands in a row. Or maybe not quite in a row. Okay, hopefully find a Cruise here. Ding 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 ding. Legal and Pioneer. Treasure Cruise. Probably loot away the Strangle now? Yeah. You can have Chandra here. Yeah, let's just hold these for now. Maybe Spell Pierce to Chandra. Also Spell Pierce Fable. But I think Chandra makes some sense with them, like, just using, like, I feel like they've got 4-drops in their hand with them having spells in their hand because they missed all these land drops, and then they've just played, like, 1-mana spells. No, dude! Brutal. Didn't play around Legion's End very well, huh? And now they're never playing into the Spell Pierce. 2 cards in their hand. I only have 2 cruises left in the deck, too. I guess I could have held the land to loot away, but... Why is my opponent playing into Spell Pierce again? This is the second time they've done this. They just know about the Pierce and just... make no effort to play around it. Chandra bait? I guess so. I feel like I don't know, you still just Spell Pierce that every time. I guess you're right. They didn't have the Chandra though. Graveyard. Well, I guess I stopped myself from making really bad puns by strangling this, but if they miss their land drop, then I don't get to strangle it. That being said, Sprite Dragon is out of any shock range, like Kolagon's Command. They're at 10 life. Yeah, I guess my opponent said it was their first time playing Pioneer too. Going to be some growing pains. You get on to 9 off the Castle Locktwain. Oh, I totally forgot about Jegantha. Yeah, I should have gone Jegantha, Strangle discard. It's very easy to forget about this card. Just one of those. Oh yeah, you're here. No attacks, I guess. I wanted to be able to trade with a hearse. Bottom to Gust. Still has Ward, discard a card here. But I guess I can go Strangle the Graveyard Glutton, let it get countered, and then upkeep, Impulse the Graveyard Glutton, discarding Jegantha. Which is maybe not correct, because like maybe I would want to crew the hearse, but I think this is fine. Probably could wait for them to cast a discard spell. Yeah, the old 4 for 1. At 3 for 1. But I get the counter on the Sprite Dragon too. Why do I need to kill it? I guess I don't necessarily need to. I mean, casting the Strangle, like, I kind of identified was good because it's a 2-turn clock off the dragon. But maybe I could have just, like, not impulsed it. Maybe a little lost in the sauce. Okay, 3-0. Feeling good. Be 2 mono greens and a red black. Definitely top of the format. I don't understand. Like, Cruise is a lot worse if you're not playing Consider. Like, I feel like it's really hard to register any Treasure Cruise deck if you're not playing Consider. I feel like maybe you're wanting to cut, like, Oath of Kaya, Growth Spiral, and/or Growth Spiral. I would maybe play the 4th Typhoon, because you seem to light on win conditions, but I guess it's worse if you cut the Spirals. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what to say. Siege Run is also not that good. Okay, okay, this is a bit of a joke, I think. I think I'll Spell Pierce a 2 with Aether. This is what I don't like about playing Marvel decks, though. As soon as you cast a 2 with Aether, as soon as you cast any energy spell, your opponent just like knows exactly what's up. I bet this deck is very good in the grindy matchups. Thank you for the $10. think it's probably fine too to like be countering the energy enablers here, feeling a possible cruise. I think cast this main phase because of Delver. Alright, wrong threat. Maybe we could have played this instead. Channeling Otawara is maybe better. Amy, thank you for the raid. Thank you, Amy, for not following Amy the Amazonian. You're missing out on who is probably like the best and most entertaining streamer, I think, in the whole category, to be honest. I watch Amy's stream, and Amy is so full of like life and energy, and I'm just sitting here 15 rounds of dry commentary a day. Bill, thank you for Twitch Prime, appreciate you. Yeah, Amy's just so good. Alright, no third lands. Thanks to us countering the Attune with Aether. I can graveyard this. Strangle. Okay, so we really need to strangle this to avoid the Marvel hittings, but we can go Shredder, Strangle here, help fuel the cruise. I might have to discard a Treasure Cruise here. So much lost value. Did you know cruise is legal in Pioneer? Yeah, it's legal. I don't know if it should be, but it sure is legal. Okay, so I can Harness Lightning my Shredder, and then I can set up for 1 mana cruise next turn. Although maybe it's probably best to hold the Consider for the Sprite Dragon, so I can go Sprite Dragon, Consider, Recall. Oh, I don't know if Amy's still in the chat, but I watched Amy did a little bit of a IRL stream recently where she like was on a quest to go get a hot dog, and I watched most of the stream. I was lurking. It was a good stream. It was a really good stream. It was raining. It was a really good watch. Okay, Lofty Denials. That card has got to be game over. The quest to get a hot dog. You'll have to watch the VOD, I guess, to see if the quest was successful. Are we sure this is Marvel, not just Teamer Energy? It's definitely Marvel. Nobody's out here playing like Teamer Energy. It's definitely Marvel. I would bet my bottom dollar. I think I'm going to go down at least one of the red removal spells. I think we can probably cut the strategic plannings. Is a Charm is probably okay, maybe cuttable. Maybe I'll cut, not sure, our whole deck seems really good against them. I'll cut this a Charm. I play Teamer Energy, says Wavelink. The proud only Teamer Energy player in Pioneer. Yeah, I remember the beginning of Pioneer, people thought Marvel would be top deck. I actually had a really, really cool Marvel Brew, which was like the only good Marvel deck I've ever built. But it was a Teamer deck that was playing, it was like Teamer Field of the Dead, using, and like, instead of like playing Ulamog and stuff, like you just played Hour of Devastation, because you didn't really need anything besides Hour of Devastation for Field. And then you were also like playing Growth Spiral, and you're just kind of like a Teamer field control deck, which was really, really fun. But then there ended up being like better Field of the Dead decks, unfortunately. Who could have guessed? Hour of Promise, yeah, Hour of Promise. Sorry. Forgive. Because the green finale of Devastation. Hour of Promise always confused me. Probably keep a Spell Pierce against the Marvel deck, although maybe needed more selection, more creatures. Kind of expecting my opponent to play anything into my removal heavy hand, though. Can you please play a spell? I've got all answers. Okay, at least I'm hitting my land drops. T-Dun, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. Just playing perfectly around the Spell Pierces, maybe. Yep. Yeah, they may just like hardcast Ulamog me. I have to do this. I'm like just like one interactive spell away from discarding the hand size. I wonder if they cut their okay, that's good. I think I'm actually going to connive. That worked out pretty well. I love the Ulapog, the new Ulapog account. So they have 2 harness lighting, I guess that makes sense. Alright, screw these fiery impulses. They have to use all of their energy to kill the Shredder. No energy left. Ancestral Recall, still legal in Pioneer. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. 1 mana short of Ulamog. I do feel like we're probably getting mogged, though. Okay. So hopefully we can find a Lofty Denial. Maybe they don't have another... I guess they probably have another land in hand, but... Love to get to gust something this turn. Looks like I probably won't be able to. Yeah, definitely getting Ulamogged here. Can I beat Ulamog though? Probably not. Yeah, just turn 9, cast Ulamog. Good plan. Solid plan. Alright. What mana cost will make Cruise okay in Modern? Maybe like 13. Okay, I'm gonna cut all the Strangles, just play Impulses then. We did see Servant and Virtuosa, but maybe they trimmed some of those cards. I'll bring in 2 Negates, 1 Strategic Planning. Just say the latest version of Cabal Coffers, Mono Black, Transformers Higher Base. Favorite version. Yeah, that's the version I've been liking the most and currently recommend. Would I put land into the graveyard here? I think no. I think I need land 3, so I'll cast Opt Over Consider. Dispute Consideration as a cancel. Well, it's not quite cancel. It's like worst mana week ever. I think we've got enough good counter spells that we don't need it. I maybe am overvaluating Aether Gust, but they are like, you know, base red green. I'm going to play a Shredder this turn. Hopefully they don't have Harness Lightning, but it's not the end of the world if they do. Yeah, not the end of the world. Hurts my soul, the graveyard of Cruise. Have to, though. Did I miss a deck tech from Knights? Yeah, I think I did. Jund. Okay, I mean, Jund is like... There's so much to talk about at the moment with this archetype. They can't... Yeah, I think I'm just going to negate back. They can't Marvel me, and I think I want to keep the pressure on. I want to use my mana too because of Cruise. So like I think there's 2 main ways to build around Jund at the moment. Either playing Urza Saga or doing what you're doing with Riveteer's Charm. I think both are totally viable. I think that there's a lot of like wiggle room and interesting deck building decisions that come with both versions, and that there's not a clear best variant. And a lot of it comes down to personal preference, reads on the metagame, and I guess just mostly those 2. I think that the one card I really don't like here is Witherbloom Command, but it is also like not crazy unreasonable to play. One thing that I really like, that it seems like nobody else likes this. I should preference it this way. Like I feel like I'm the only person who likes to play the 1 mana cycle lands over like Nurturing Peatland and like Raging Ravine. But like those cards are so much better with Wrenn and 6, where like compared to Peatland especially, you're just getting to not miss your land drop. You're getting to just cycle it early. As soon as you draw Wrenn and 6, your Wrenn and 6 is like a real card advantage engine. I think it's very good with I think it's very good, but I do see like barely anybody's on that tech, so it's important to note that like that opinion I have, that I really like to play like 1 Baron more, 1 red cycle land over like Raging Ravine Peatland. Basically nobody else does, so just keep that in mind if you're going to be wanting to pick this up. But that is what I recommend, and I would recommend a 4th Wrenn and 6 over Witherbloom's Command. Okay, let's see. If they have a counterspell here, they get me pretty good. But they have to have counterspell and then also hit off the Marvel. No counterspell. And a concede. Okay. Alright, solid hand. Definitely to keep. I'm mold to 6. How do you think this deck can stand versus Phoenix with Crackling Drake? Crackling Drake's a hard card to kill. That being said, like I don't think I even see very many Crackling Drakes in the formats these days. This is Niv. I would say Phoenix is probably favored in the matchup, if I had to guess. I used to think Winoto, obviously that's banned now. Maybe just a green-white Coco deck. They consider Reckless. I would never play Reckless Impulse in a deck with counterspells like this. I would play Chart a Course over it if I wanted to play something over Strategic Planning. Strategic Planning feels Delve really well. Like if it didn't do that, I don't think I'd play it, but it's possible that Chart a Course is better. It's possible that you just want to play more interactive spells in general. You have a lot of options, and all of them are like pretty reasonable. Okay, I guess we're gonna play Shredder. I was not expecting anybody to start speaking to the heavens. And then Giada. Force of Hope. A Font of Hope. I haven't seen this art. Is this the standard art? I really like, let's take a little bit. Hold on. Wait, is this the standard art? I remember, I thought I've seen her like on a fountain. Isn't she like on a fountain in a different art? I really like that one. Fountain's alternate frame. Maybe it's not on Magic Online. I think I want to get more aggressive here so they can't start making angels. Because I clicked show versions separately. Yeah, this one. This one's awesome looking. Although, I guess, does she actually have wings? Because I always kind of thought that she was like, this was like a picture of her like as a human, and then she's gonna get wings later or something. But maybe looking closer, she just always has the wings. Just my headcanon. I'll take one. I'm gonna try to just make speaker not relevant. What's the name of the creativity list in the background? I've been working on it. It's in the Stream Decker. You can find it there. I think I'll cast the Op despite like maybe wanting to hold for Shredder. I think we bottomed that too. Not that it would be terrible. Kind of bricked off a little bit. Maybe I can convince them to play into my Spell Pierce with a Coco or something. I guess so this isn't. No, so they can't Coco. I thought this was the mana dork, but I guess they couldn't cast Coco off that anyways. So this is, if you gain 5 or more life, you get a 4/4 token. It's pretty good. I drew a Spirebluff Canal for turn. Okay, I guess it's 5/5 time. Kind Kind of scared of them getting to gain crazy amounts of life here. Polyvius, think of 2 months. Appreciate you. Have I seen the list with Zanside from Agent of Treachery? Yeah, I've seen it. I don't care for it much, maybe. I've seen it. He's definitely of the opinion that, like, Agent is, like, busted, and he could be right, I guess. I don't think it is, though. Oh, dude, no. Can I spell pierce that, actually? Okay, flip via cruise. Cast cruise. Okay, play this, hold up pierce, attack with this. So if my opponent has Mutavault, we don't have outs. Okay. They're about to have their engine totally online. Scary. This 4 toughness blocker is also pretty good. Okay, hand Lofty Denial, I think. We already have a cruise in hand. Get to connive here. I think just attacking with Jegantha again. Just fade Mutavaults. Hopefully we can close out the game quickly. David, get the 2 back. Thank you for the deck tech. Thank you for posting immediately. Yeah, they cannot lose the game. We can't win the game. Angel's too good. Mono Red Dragon, cool. Cool. I've actually had some similar thoughts. Hold on, let me sideboard real quick. Yeah, Angel's confirmed broken. I kind of like, instead of Varix, I kind of like the dragon from Kamigawa, the one that dies, you make 3 treasure tokens, or you get to light up the stage. I like that card a lot. I would maybe even play 2. Dragon is kind of cool, so I can go Sarkon into Egg. Okay, I don't really understand why these cards are here. Big Score and Unexpected Windfall. Like, you're not playing Magda. Like, these are, I don't get why these are here. This hand's pretty strong. We're pretty likely to find second land with our cantrips. I'm gonna try it. Well, I didn't think I'd say this, but I would be kind of interested in just cutting Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, playing more dragons. Maybe playing like 3 of the one from Kamigawa, and then like maybe 1 Varix Blade Wing. Oh, this card's probably a little underpowered, if I'm being honest. Sanctuary is pretty good. Still, I think I'm gonna go Shredder, kill the Mana Dork here. Don't mind drawing another land. Yeah, I like to light up the Knights. I feel like maybe I would want to like play some number 4 mana Chandra too, or maybe the other 3 mana Chandra. 3 mana Chandra Dress to Kill, like cutting the Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, playing 4 Chandra Dress to Kill and 2 more total dragons, and you can kind of pick the numbers on that. I think. I like the Burning Hands. I think this is too many Cinderclasms though. Sideboards are always so weird, but. Okay, I think we just play this, hold up Lofty Denial. We can consider end of turn. Yeah, sideboard seems generally fine. Like I don't think I would play this many Cinderclasms. I like the Burning Hands a lot. I'm not sure what else I'd be wanting to play. Mana base seems fine. You can maybe play Ramming Up Ruins over 4 of the mountains. Don't need to get too crazy with it. I think I like casting this so that I can go consider it to cruise pretty effectively. Maybe keep them off of mana. Close though. Kind of just wanting to graveyard anything to cruise for 1 less mana. Orb of Dragonkind. I'm not familiar with that card. Sounds cool though. Probably just hold up Fire Impulse for Mutavault. We'll see what happens. Big Squirm and Fall seem like they're... oh, Egg Enablers. I forgot about Egg, yeah. Chandra is maybe... or is Egg just instant sorceries? I'm not sure. Well, okay, I'm not sure what the right call is. No attack with Mutavault. It's weird. I guess they're scared of me killing Skyclave and blocking. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough thing to figure out. At the very least, those cards seem like if that's how you have to enable Smoldering Egg, maybe don't play it. Maybe you play like 4 Valakut Awakening. Maybe you play Shatter Skull Smashing as a Dragon Egg enabler. I don't think that was in there. Munching with 23 months, appreciate you. Those are probably your best enablers. Second Mutavault passes. Dead in 2 turns to the Sprite Dragon. Can't activate the Hull though because they have the chump blockers of the Mutavaults. Now I have to tap out of Lofty Denial. Down to 5. Very exciting. So I can maybe bring in Gust for Shaper Sanctuary. It's probably okay. Just like let's be like 1 mana draw 2 though. Played around second Lofty Denial pretty well. So I guess I just kill both their creatures and fire in with Hull. Shouldn't have used Denial. Oh yeah, sorry, Denial was lethal. If I just tapped them out. Oh, sorry, I had lethal. Yeah, you're right. Although... oh no, 1 mana short. That's okay. If they don't have book plus untapped lands, we should be in pretty good shape. Obviously, they can have other things too. They got to draw 2 cards. Okay, we got there. Yeah, missed the line of tap them out. I feel like Gust is too narrow. I don't think they have enough green cards. Alright, Believer's hanging on. Let's click submit. Keepable hand. They're on the play. Love to flip this Delver. Lofty Denial seems like one of our best cards. Flip a Delver. Let's go, let's go. Get in for 3. One Spit Flame could be a consideration for that Dragon deck, I agree. Oh, I was supposed to use Izzet Charm, sorry. I was definitely supposed to use Izzet Charm. Too nervous, too excited to get the trophy. Delver will save us too. Love to play like Resplendent Angel. Oh, I guess they get the life off the bishop, huh? Countering this is kind of tempting. I think I will. I just don't get to use my mana very well otherwise. The problem is I don't really get to connive very well either. Because maybe I can strategic planning for Treasure Cruise or land. I do see Cruise and land. Maybe I just have to take the land though, so I can Shredder. If I could cruise here, I'd cruise, but I'm 1 card short. Just getting more pressure in place seems like the most important thing, and I'll get to connive most likely. If I can maybe go Strangle, Impulse, connive next turn. They have a Coco. Uh-oh. Alright, that'll do, huh? Easy trophy. Easy trophy. Okay, missed on a... okay, guess we'll play this. The trophy with an asterisk. You guys never got lucky when you trophied. Maybe not this lucky, huh? They keep coming, they don't stop coming. Can discard a land here. We have 2 lethal attackers next turn. My opponent sideboarded in so many Shaper Sanctuaries, actually, they got a brick on the Coco. Alright. First trophy back with Delver, feeling pretty good. I'm down to play another one. Play another one as well. Let's open these chests, though. Got a Ral, Hex Drinker. You guys remember Hex Drinker?